Welcome into another edition of The Session with Londa and David. My name is David Austin, and sitting across from me in a beautiful black t-shirt dress, Londa Sherwood Austin. And I got to tell you, the dress is kicking, and so are the shoes.
Thank you.
The shoes are rocking today. Sneakers.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my kicking sneakers as well today.
Well, aren't we fancy?
I know this. No assailant will catch us. We'll be the fastest dressed up couple in town. If anybody tries to attack us, we'll get away. Because we're wearing sneakers.
Only I have to get away.
That's true. I don't think you're as fast as me, though. And I'll stay and fight because I'm not scared.
Exactly. Welcome to The Session.
The Session with Londa and David is an informative and entertaining program to help small businesses get better at what they do. As a result of our consulting firm, Sherwood Austin Growth Consultants. And that sounds fun to say.
We help you grow.
We do help you grow.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not orthopedists. We don't help your bones grow, but we do help your life grow.
Yeah.
And your business.
Yes.
And I'm very excited because this morning when I woke up, you were nowhere to be found.
I ran away.
You did. I woke up at about, I want to say 5, and there was a lady with a cup of coffee next to my side of the bed. At least that's what I thought. I smelled it. I thought there was a pretty lady with coffee, and I turned and looked, and nothing. I looked for coffee. No coffee. Why? Because you brought your coffee in because you were working since 3:30 in the morning on our website.
Yeah, working on content for the website and working on our Facebook page, content for that. You know, you have to write... You know, if you offer a service, you have to write a description for the service.
Right.
And so all of that takes me forever because I think about the copy a lot.
Which is very important. You know? A lot of media types don't think about the copy. They just have the copy and they go.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys.
And then I basically outlined the whole website this morning.
Which is
I'm
so
very,
cool.
very excited about it because, as we've talked about, we want to help people grow.
Right.
Grow their businesses, grow personally and professionally.
That's right.
I believe so deeply in holistic health.
And that's true. Business health, life health, spiritual health. There's all kinds of health components going on there.
All kinds.
It is a holistic deal.
So on the website, I'm just really jazzed about this because it'll have a personal development side and a professional development side, and we're going to talk about some travel and leisure and why it's important to you because I'm a total science nerd actually when it comes to this stuff, and so we're going to have some I'm sure links to data and articles on the importance of play and leisure and rest and why that's important to the success of you both personally and professionally. And then we're going to have some links to our Airbnb, RV, and our timeshare that people can rent and get away. And we're going to give people some awesome opportunities that way. And, that also will allow us to curate weekends for people and some of those immersive experiences for clients.
That's right.
There's just a lot coming up, workshops and keynotes and online training and all kinds of stuff that I'm really excited about. So got that outline done this morning, which was pretty crazy.
It is super exciting, and it will be. It's not publishable right now, but it will be sherwoodaustin.com.
Yes.
And it will be chock full of quality things to help business owners and salespeople and people who just want to be better employees grow.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Yeah. I'm
excited about that.
We are not for people who don't want to grow.
That's exactly right. If you want to stagnate or even shrink, maybe not the right place. Although, if you do want to shrink what you're doing, maybe your work-life balance is not in check. We can help you with that too.
Absolutely. And that's what the 1 hour one-on-one consulting / coaching introductory call is about. It's a call of discovery and figuring out, I don't know. You have a really good way of describing it, like an annual checkup.
That's exactly right. It's like an annual checkup. You come in, we do a full diagnostic, we see where it hurts before we prescribe the remedy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we look at the current health of your life and business. If you want. We don't have to get into all of it, but...
Well, it depends on the level of depth that you want.
Yeah.
If you're having a problem waking up on time for work, that might be more of a personal life coaching thing that you can help them with.
Absolutely.
If you're having a hard time staying focused at work, we may actually recommend going to see a physician.
Right.
To see if there's something wrong with your hormones. You know what I mean?
I've done that. I've been doing this kind of coaching for close to 20 years now.
Yeah.
And I've referred people out to all kinds of things and all kinds of professionals. And I love it because I'm interested in humans.
Right. Yeah. There you go. As someone who grew up in a very liberal household, a college education kind of environment, the holistic approach to life is very comfortable for me.
Yeah.
You know, if you know my mom, which you do not because she's been dead now for 23 years, you know that she was all into everything holistic. Are you well read? Are you well spoken? Do you eat well? Do you live well? That was all, what she was all about. And
right.
you know, I think if you can, pardon me, if you can laugh in your life, it's a lot easier.
Right.
And it's super easy to laugh if you're kind to people. And that's something that we look at too.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I think it's easier to laugh too when you have some fun, adventure, leisure in your life. And, anyway, so very exciting things coming ahead.
I'm super stoked, as they say.
As they say. As the kids say.
Dude, I'm so stoked.
I don't even know if
those were kids
that.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know what the kids say today.
I don't either. They don't say much. It's texting. They're letters. Strings of letters. Benjamin put something on Facebook the other day, and I didn't know what it meant. It was just a string of letters.
You just Google that, and then you'll know.
Yeah, that takes a level of interest I don't have. I just looked at it and thought, oh, that's fun, and moved right on.
Oh. Was it that?
It could have been.
That means if you know, you know.
Okay, there you go.
It's an I.
It says IYKYK.
If you know, you know.
I didn't know.
Means. Yeah.
I didn't know, so I didn't know.
I learned it from TikTok.
But if you know, you know. Anyway, all right. So we just got back from our business in Washington. We were there all week last week. We flew back, and I want to say again how impressed I am with TSA at the Pasco Airport in Pasco, Washington. Those guys, it's like a radical shift in TSA. I think they've got a guy doing warm-up comedy before each shift.
I don't know what they're doing,
because
but
they're
they
all
need to
dialed
train
in and happy.
Everyone else.
It's absolutely true. We actually witnessed a funny thing when we were at the airport. It was a little sad, but funny. We also ran into some title and escrow people. We ran into Pat Doherty from Cascade Title, and Kamal Soljic. We ran into him as well. They were on separate planes, but Kamal said they were going to the same place.
Yeah.
So,
well, all roads lead to Rome.
That's
or
exactly right.
In this case, Salt Lake City.
I don't think they were going to Salt Lake City. I wonder where they were actually going.
I don't care. You could have just given me that one. Damn it.
You're right. Kamal went through Salt Lake, as did we on our little plane.
I don't know where they were going.
There you go. And I think Delta may have fixed seat 4 in first class on that plane because I didn't hear anybody yelling in first class.
3C.
3C. That's exactly right.
Neither here nor there.
Right.
Their TSA is great. And if they don't want to do the training, I'll come in and analyze their system, put it on paper, and then go around and teach it to the other TSAs.
It hasn't always been as good as it is there, but it is spectacular, even in the face of adversity. And they had a little adversity on Friday morning when we were flying out. Tell that story, please. And you know what? You may say some words that are a little off color.
I'm going to say some filthy words for sure, and I'm about to get more judgmental than most people have ever heard me be.
Okay.
Ready? And I'm going to be playfully judgmental here.
I'm just going to laugh because it's good stand-up.
So we're in line at TSA, and it was a little bit longer line than it normally is. Normally we bomb quickly. Right through there. Yep. But it was moving at a good clip.
Yep, and everybody was smiling again.
Yeah. And it's great. And we're a couple people back from the front. And as you know, in TSA, you wait here until the TSA agent calls you up and have your passport or your license and your boarding pass ready. You know, the whole thing.
Right.
Well, these two skags from I don't know where, middle-aged, ladies with overprocessed bleached blonde hair. And listen, I'm just painting a picture here. So
she's not being judgmental. They were dressed like they were going to a rock revival. They were both wearing the most bangled jeans I've ever seen. And as people who know me know, I've had a pair or two over the years, and that went away 10 years ago.
At least. Anyway, and carrying bags, but like, I don't know how they even got on their flight. Bags and bags and bags and things. And a bag
like
with
grocery
a bag
bags
clipped and another bag clipped and their hats clipped onto the clipped bags.
My favorite was the trucker hat that one of them had clipped to her bag. What did it say again, hon?
Something like, "Let me see that butthole."
That's right.
I mean, pure class.
Classy ladies.
Yeah.
I was shocked they weren't wearing cocktail dresses. Once I saw the hat, I thought, I'm outclassed.
Good Lord. I mean, think of every stereotype you can with what we've told you. I don't know if they were going to Vegas for the weekend.
Cancun, maybe.
Yeah, spring break.
It looked like 1992 spring break, and they were going to see Daisy Fuentes and Dan
Daytona Beach.
Yeah, that's exactly
92.
Right. That's Dan Cortez and Daisy Fuentes were doing
their MTV
break.
stand up there, whatever. So they hysterically and dramatically and very loudly push their way or crawl under the ropes and push their way to the front of the line.
Literally went under the ropes.
Yelling at the TSA agent that, hey, they told us to come to the front of the line. They looked a little bit like they were like,
nope, don't say that. Okay. No.
Anyway,
what they looked like is they were late to get where they were going because they slept late after the wet T-shirt contest that they were in 1992.
Right.
So they were rushing to the airport.
Just so don't get upset with me. I don't.
I loved it. I loved it when you said those are the kind of girls you pick up in a bar, but don't let sleep over. They're not the kind of girls I picked up in bars.
Anyway, so again, we're being playful here,
right?
Playfully judgmental. Which
you
don't
awesome.
hear me do very often at all. So just let me have this.
Well, I haven't seen anything like this that wasn't in an episode of Jersey Shore where they were going to do laundry, tan.
Gym tan.
Yeah, gym tan laundry. That's right. That's what it was like.
Yes. So, nailed it. So anyway, they told us to come to the front of the line.
And they walked right under the ropes. I mean...
And
I thought Pat Doherty was going to tackle one of them because he was up front when they walked right by him.
Shocking. And, sometimes it pays to travel out of places like Pasco, Washington, not a huge city. People are pretty laid back and generally pretty relaxed and calm and kind.
If they did that at the Atlanta airport or the Orlando International Airport, they would have been tackled, tased, and taken to jail. They would have spent the weekend in jail. And you know what they got from TSA? Smiles.
Yeah.
And excellent customer service.
They did. And I don't know how they do it, but they do it every time. And it didn't stop there. The bags were overflowing with crap, and so when they went through the scanner, one of them dumped over inside the scanner, so there's shit everywhere, and they're trying to clean it up, so then they have to re-scan it, and the one grabs her shoes and runs down to the gate very dramatically and loudly
for everyone to hear.
Yeah. Just unnecessary dramatics, in my opinion, but whatever. So,
but it was, as just someone watching, spectacular. It was the best show I've seen in a while.
Wow.
I thought the one that was running with her shoes was going to start crying when the other one, the one with the show me that butthole hat, got pulled over by the lady at TSA and fully patted down because her bangly jeans set off the x-ray machine. Do you have anything in your pocket, ma'am? I don't think I got nothing in my pocket there, miss. It was crazy. I don't know why she had a southern accent just now. I don't think she did.
I don't think they did, but they were loud and obnoxious and dramatic and hysterical and
got the back of the hand pat down.
Yeah, as they do. And the one came running back. They say we only have 2.5 minutes.
And I loved how the TSA lady handled that. She looked at her and said, continuing to do her pat down, go sit by your gate and let them know. We'll be done with this soon.
Yeah.
Not changing what she was doing. Not
at all.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was handled professionally. It was handled with a smile from every single person on the deal.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I've made jokes that have made TSA people want to tase me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was an unbelievably professional atmosphere, while I still got the backstory from the guy who scanned my card, and he goes, oh, Florida, right after these girls went through. I just retired from Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm up here because my parents are here. I mean, smiling happy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's a certain kind of breed they've got there at the TSA in Pasco, and they're fine folk.
And if you're listening and you know what's different about this TSA, like you have inside information, I really want to know how they went from cops at an airport to super professional, happy, laughing.
They're always cheerful.
Yes.
And I got stopped I always, the waistband of whatever I'm wearing sets it off. And I don't know why. I don't generally even have a belt on or anything.
You were wearing jeans.
But almost every time I go through one of those things, they've got to pat down my waist or...
Did you lean into it?
Yeah, of course. Anyway, but I managed to do it without dramatics.
Right, without losing your mind.
Anyway,
what we should have done is worn our trucker caps that say "Show me that butthole," because that's classy, and I think we would have soared right through. Just a smooth ascent through the airport up into the air. That hat, I mean, if nothing else happened and we just saw a lady in line with a hat like that, it would have been a story to tell.
Now, I understand. They are listen, I'm an empathy forward person. So even as I tell that story, and I think it's hysterical and it's funny and we've laughed and laughed and laughed about it. Mm-hmm. I understand. Everyone's doing the best they can. They're probably overworked, underappreciated people in their lives and who needed to get away for a break and cut loose.
Yep.
And they were doing it right, damn it. And God bless them for doing it. And I get that. I get the other side of it. Right. And I do tell myself all of those same things, which is what keeps me from slapping them as they go past me.
It helps with your restraint.
It really does. Because I'm like, you know what? They're probably doing the best they can and overworked, like I said, and underappreciated, as many of us are. And this is not the time to be ugly about people.
I like that. I think that's very kind.
After we just told a story where I was exceedingly ugly about people.
You weren't ugly, but here's the thing, and I would love to generalize about these women and tell stories about their walk of life and where they came from and what they do, but it's unkind to do that. So I'm not gonna. I listened to a podcast. It wasn't really a podcast, but it was a YouTube video.
It was like watching a train wreck, though.
It was awesome. From Russell Brand, believe it or not, today.
It's not hard to believe.
Well, I didn't. You know what? That guy's a well-spoken guy.
Yeah.
I haven't spent a lot of time following him. I don't really watch him, but he was talking about. He was dissecting a commentary on CNN by Don Lemon, where he generalized about how all the buffoons that are anti-vaxxers, as he called them, need to just get off the planet, right? And it's divisive language. The way he spoke, we can't generalize about who these people are. You know, Don Lemon was saying apparently that they were all crazy conservative wackos and blah, 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 blah. And Russell Brand actually sat down with the CDC information talking about who is resisting the vaccination. And it was really interesting. And it reminds me of us telling that story because I want to push them into a funnel of they are
fill in the blank,
you know, doing rails of coke and racing to the airport, coming out of a wet t-shirt contest. But who knows? They might have just gotten off their shift at the hospital saving lives to get to their Cancun vacation and didn't have time to pack their bags. And we're frantic because of that. So we don't really know. But whatever the case, if you have a chance to look up Russell Brand talking about who is not getting the vaccination, very interesting commentary. And he said, which I love, I don't really have strong beliefs about other people's medical decisions. I want to make that clear before I present this information.
Interesting.
I thought that was very interesting because I don't either. I got the vaccine the minute I was allowed to get it because you have an immune deficiency issue and I needed to protect you.
And I got it anyway.
Well, the science says, actually, that if you are vaccinated, you're much more likely to carry it and not know you have it and pass it along because there are no symptoms because you've gotten vaccinated twice, which is very interesting. So the moral of the story is don't generalize about people. People have tons of reasons why they do or don't do things. The moral of the story for me
is we're, into the 8th quarter of this pandemic. And everyone's as exhausted as I am, I think.
Well,
and everybody needs a break, including those two ladies at TSA. But
that's exactly right.
But
wow, it was awesome. Though.
It was a show.
It really was awesome. It was, and you know what? They did not liberally apply sunscreen because they both looked like wallets. They were orange. It was huge. It was huge.
Listen, they got their spray tan before their vacation
because Gym Tan Laundry.
Yeah, I guess.
Gym Tan Laundry.
That's all I do.
That is not all you do. I don't know what to say to that. That is for sure not all you do. Anyway,
no, it's not.
I bring it up because it was another great experience at TSA, and it was way more fun to watch than I've ever had in a TSA line ever.
Yeah.
And it was, it was only a couple of minutes long.
Man, the airport's
We've talked
my favorite,
about it longer than
it lasted.
Yes,
it was,
dramatically longer.
A 3-minute ordeal. The airport is my favorite place to people watch.
You know what? I enjoyed seeing you people watch the entire time we were in Washington. It was fun for me.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me to watch people and, I don't know, just see how different people present themselves.
Yes.
Their dress and their mannerisms and their behavior and just all the things, and if they have children, how they behave with the children, and how, it's like I'm taking a sociology class, in the airport or something.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I love it.
And everybody is doing their own thing.
Yeah, it's all disconnected and
people even wear headphones and they're not communicating with others around them. A lot of people don't look at other people.
Yeah. SeaTac, when we aren't all wearing masks, I try to smile at everyone I pass by, but SeaTac Airport doesn't give a damn, by the way. I was like sardines.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah, no social
Washington,
distancing.
under, having been under such strict guidelines for so long, I was really shocked at SeaTac, at how crammed it was.
Right.
And people are cranky.
Yeah.
So maybe we do need to do exactly what everybody in that airport did for those two ladies, which was, there maybe get a little bit of a chuckle, maybe poke a little fun at them, but everyone was, kind and polite and let them go and do what they needed to do. I think everybody needs a little extra care right now.
A little extra grace. I like that.
Yeah.
That's very kind.
Oh.
It is. You're good.
Kind candor. That's what we're all about.
Kind candor. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So in Washington State on our trip, I had a few real estate appointments, for some pre-listing appointments for new properties coming up. And
some coaching appointments while we were there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And got to see all the kids that live there. Including
our newest grandbaby.
Little Hayden Joanne. We got to meet her. I never thought I'd have that one of the kids would use any of my names. So that was exciting because my middle name is Joanne.
Right.
Londa Joanne, named after my parents' middle names. My parents' names were Walter Joe and Shirley Ann.
Right.
So they put their middle names together to create my middle name.
Which is what your middle name was. That's why they did that. Your parents did that too, just like the kids did that.
Yes. What? I'm not following you. My parents took their middle names, put them together, made my middle name. Mm-hmm. James and Sierra used my middle name.
Right. That's exactly right.
Hayden's middle name. And she's perfect and
beautiful.
Adorable. And boy, those kids looked exhausted.
They sure did.
Just like you do right after
Poor
you have
Sierra.
a baby.
I mean, she looked like she hasn't slept in 2 months. Poor thing.
Yeah.
But
that's how it is, right, when you have a baby.
That's right. And, the people are taking them dinners now and all the things you do for a young couple.
James's sister sent them pizza last night.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
She was on the phone with her sister Andrea, who's here with us visiting.
Right.
And was asking if she knew what kind of food they like. So that was fun. Yeah, they're getting some meals. They're getting some care.
They got food from Fat Olives last night.
I think so. And Sierra's mama lives there, so she's been over, Melissa, over helping a lot. And it was just really fun to see them. We got to see Josiah Maddie's new house.
Yep.
That if you don't already follow it, follow the Instagram account Harpster Home. That's Maddie's account as she renovates this entire house over the next however long it takes.
And there's a lot of work to do. Now, I don't want to give the impression that the house is a dog turd.
It's not.
It's not. She talked about how much work they had to do on her social media. And then when I got there, I thought, wow, this is actually really nice.
Yeah.
But it's not to their liking. And they're gonna dial it in and make it perfect.
Well, that's what she does. That's what she did to the last house they had. And so that's very exciting to see that project. We did, and I don't mean to brag, but our grandsons, Beckham and Maverick, who are only 8 and 6, did put on a magic show for us.
And it was like watching David Copperfield.
Well, I don't mean to brag again.
And Chris Angel together doing their thing.
Incredible.
How
did he know it was the ace? I don't know.
I've got to think there's something funny on the back of the card. I don't know how it's possible. He had 3 cards in his hand. He said, pick a card, any card, maybe 4. And she grabbed the ace, didn't show him.
Right.
Put it back in the deck. He shuffled it and goes, this is your card. I don't get it. Close-up magic, I don't get it.
The grand finale was great, though, because they had all of us get because their mom and dad were invited as well, had all of us get our cell phones and turn the flashlights on. They shut off the lights and had us make a spotlight for the grand finale, which I thought was genius. Yeah. So that was fun.
Audience participation.
Yeah. Yep.
Coming to a theater near you.
Yeah.
Beckham and Maverick.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Got to play with the grand boys. They were all over you. All 4 of them.
Yep. Eli was so precocious. That kid was talking even though he wasn't saying words. I don't know what he was saying, but he would look at me and go, and yes.
Emphatically.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was very fun. What a fun trip.
And Little Easton, and we did it all.
Yeah, I was at the office with my guys, and we have a brand new loan officer that started on Friday. I mean, it was a busy
I went by
week.
the office. My assistant had some things put together for me for my appointments, but I also picked up my awards from the last 2 years for my production. I didn't know they were there.
Well, you haven't had an active office there
Since COVID.
Yeah, since COVID.
Yeah, I've been working from home, so
and not missing a beat. That's the best part. Not missing a beat despite
well,
COVID.
apparently not.
And
the awards were great.
And people don't come sit down with lenders anymore. So I haven't missed a beat either. We've even moved offices since the last time.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, we were all working every day from the office. So it was a great trip home. Wonderful to see everybody. We didn't get to see all of our realtor partners that we wanted to see, but we saw as many people as we could.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends I didn't get to see, but it's always kind of that way. You start just cramming things in. And I will say this, if there are any realtors listening, and they're wondering how I do real estate long distance from across the country, I can teach you that.
I actually got a message from a lender who asked me the same thing.
Yeah.
And it looks like she might make a move to another state as well.
Yeah.
So
we can definitely teach people how to do that because we're doing it successfully.
That's exactly right. And we can do it
happily. And my clients are thrilled out of their minds.
Yep. And we can teach you how to do that under the banner of Sherwood Austin Growth Consultants.
Yes. Yep.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So that's really cool. It was a good trip home for me. A little too busy, but it always feels that way to me. But we didn't push as hard as we normally do. I didn't anyway. I was home by 8 or 9 every night.
And you had a little more downtime, I think.
Yeah, and I purposefully scheduled a couple of things that were just like girlfriend connection time for me. So, which is really important.
Which I did none of that except for my business partners. And that for me is like playtime anyway. You know what I mean? Being at the office, being around all my people.
Yeah.
Getting to see Alex Mendoza and Alex Garza and Dago and Miguel and Rob.
Well, I was a MOPS mentor for so long. MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers, which is an international faith-based organization. And I was a mentor mom in that organization for so many years that I'm still really close with some of those moms.
Right.
And so I got to get together with one of them, Christy Gonzalez, and that was so much fun. We had such a great time. So I miss all those girls.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more about how to have a bi-coastal life or work from a remote location that may or may not be near where you are presently, we can help with that. And
go
ahead. Even what?
Even there are people I know that don't even vacation because they feel like they can't take their hands off their business directly for a vacation.
Well, let me tell you something. Delegating.
Need help with that.
Delegating has always been very hard for me, and I've had to learn to do it a lot more since we decided to stay at our vacation home more. So it's been very interesting to learn how to be less hands-on day-to-day in a file.
Well, it's interesting because we were almost forced into it. We planned on being in Washington 1 week a month. We'd be here 3 weeks, there 1 month. And I thought we would just do that over the winter, and then we would probably be in Washington more.
Right.
But we were forced into this, not only because Washington's regulations of the pandemic, but, when I was diagnosed with cancer in January, that kind of changed everything. And I've had a number of health problems this year. And they're not, it hasn't stopped yet.
The hits keep coming.
I know. I've got another a minor procedure tomorrow. So it's just really exciting, but we've been kind of forced into it. And what do they say about something is the mother of creativity?
I don't know.
Like when you're forced into desperation is the mother of creativity.
I've never heard that term, but I love it.
I might have just made it
is
up.
the mother of creativity.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. That's not a phrase I've ever heard, but I like it.
Yeah, and I might have made it up. I don't know for sure, but I've already done a whole day. This is like recording this at midnight for me because I was up so early today.
Right.
But so I might be a little, but
I know where you can get a bump of Coke from two girls with show me that butthole on their hat.
No. Anyway, and our coffee shop's closed right now, so
it
we're
is
like,
downstairs. The coffee shop's closed.
Anyway,
that's exactly right.
I think we were kind of forced to figure it out because I couldn't travel for so long, and I had recovery and all that kind of stuff. And so, and work doesn't stop, but man, we've come up with some really, interesting, fun, creative, systematic ways to still get results.
That's exactly right. And, I've always said what I love to do in lending has to do with presenting the information to people in person.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I have not been able to do that for almost 2 years now. A year and 8 months, right? Nice. My reviews are better than they've ever been. I don't get it.
Oh, ouch.
Maybe I had a customer and we're about to close her loan, and I told her that story, and she laughed and said, "I feel bad for you."
Oh, I like it. I like whoever that is. Snarky.
That's exactly right. What I really love to do is be with people and grow my sphere. And
you think it's the show, but it's not the show. I can tell you right now, because I just told someone this the other day. You are the lender that a good number of other lenders in town call when they get stuck and they don't know what to do.
Right.
It's your experience, your expertise,
and
your creativity, because you look at things differently than other people do. So you will almost always find a way around it. And you've got a great team there in your office.
That's right.
And so I've heard you utilize your resources there and run it by this person or that person. You guys kind of think tank on it and
that's why we opened
background.
a consulting business, because as a manager and as a people person, I've been given advice for free for 30 years. Yeah, now we can make money doing that.
You got to stop that.
Okay.
You do still give a lot away.
I do. And you know what? Content, that's fine. Away. Right? Okay. If you have a problem in your business and you are hitting a roadblock or need to bounce something off of someone, here's the number to call for Sherwood Austin Growth Consultants. It's 509-491. So 509-491-2663. That number again is 509-491-2663 for Sherwood Austin Growth Consultants. And I got to tell you, that phone call will be worthwhile to you.
If they want to email, they can email Londa at sherwoodaustin.com.
Okay.
And I have one more for you.
Okay.
Let's say somebody's not ready to have the conversation. And that initial conversation is, just so people know, is to see if we're a fit or not.
Right.
I don't work with everyone who calls.
Right.
If I know someone who's a better fit, I'll refer you to them. Or if I know for sure it's not going to be a good fit, then, so that's that initial conversation.
Right.
However, maybe they feel like, well, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of commitment. I just have a quick question. Great. You can text me that question at that phone number, or you can send it via email, and we may cover it on the show.
Oh, that's a great idea. We may cover it on the show. And one thing we're going to do in the near future, I'm going to say within the next week, is we're going to do another Facebook Live episode of the show.
Yes.
We may have figured out the technical difficulties where the sound does not run through the board. That may be something we can tackle and do in a Facebook Live. So we're going to have another test Facebook Live coming up this week. I don't know the day or the time yet, but we will keep you posted.
And some of it may depend on how that surgical procedure for me goes tomorrow.
I think it'll be fine.
I hope so.
I think they're going to get everything, and it's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. That's what I think. My name is David Austin.
It is.
And you are so beautiful. I got to tell you, I didn't want to talk about this again, but that black t-shirt dress, it's so understated and so elegant. Wow. I didn't mean to get off track, but I looked at you just now.
I don't hate this. This is my life, and you're welcome. It's awesome. Thank you.
This has been The Session with Londa and David. We do this each week, and it costs absolutely nothing. Soon, it will be on our website, which is sherwoodaustin.com. It is in development right now, and as Londa told you, she's been working on it today since about 3 o'clock this morning. Hard work. All right, we're going to get off the air. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for listening.